The day finally arrived. We know it was going to happen at one point, but Bitcoin is trying to leave behind this roughly 94, 95 day old range. And usually, when something has been trading sideways for quite a while and you have a breakout, you tend to have an explosive movement. Unfortunately for the bulls, it's a bearish move. So, what are we looking at here? So, I'm treating this as a rectangle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows at the same level. I am ignoring this level where we spike down to, but if we look at the other ones, we're looking at 5 touch points. And if we measure from the high to the low, ignoring the spike, the difference is $17,000 per coin. So because we're not triggered and traded below this level, it suggests that we can trade down to roughly $73,000 per coin. What you want to see now, if you're a bull, is that you want to see the price trade above, inside back to the pattern, and ideally close or break 92,647. That would negate the breakdown much like it did here, and that could actually turn into a squeeze, maybe something like this. Okay, so what looks really bad right now could potentially turn it into an opportunity. We do also have an opportunity for bearish traders. So the idea here for bearish traders is to maybe see this jump a little bit, maybe as the US traders join, and then we would look to short sell on that breakup point, stop just above, so we're risking 2.21% for a slide to the downside. Now that's your risk to reward ratio of 8.73, which you can assume, as you can see, is quite aggressive. Now, why are we actually down? Well, there's a few reasons. We got the Bybit hacking attack in Ethereum, which is weighing on sentiment. And then Upbit as well has been told by the regulator to limit, it has a 3 month restriction on new deposits and withdrawals in South Korea, which is obviously also not great news. And we just have a situation in the world which is a bit uncertain right now. We saw weak data in the US economy on last week. And what's happening is that the tough negotiation tactics between Trump and all his business partners, sorry, not business partners, but say country is trying to negotiate, as you know, with the trade war with US and Canada, is straining relationships. Not only straining relationships with its closest neighbors, it's straining relationships with EU and other countries. So people are a bit reluctant to do business with the US. So what's happening is, just a bit of risk on, risk off, really. So that is what's driving things to the downside. So again, we have triggered this pattern. As long as you're below this level, there's a high risk that we slide maybe all the way down to 73,000. While we can use this to short sell, and if we wanted to buy, I think it would be better to wait for the price to break up out here. And if that happens, we can have a bit of a squeeze. There's also a third option, which is to buy down here. Why would anybody bother to buy down here? Well, because if you look at it from a big picture perspective, we would still be in an uptrend, okay? If you look at this, it's still an uptrend. It's just a very hard retest of this breakup point, okay? As well, from high to low, that would be a 33% slide, which wouldn't be unfamiliar in a bull market. So what some people are realistically doing here is that they're probably adding some limit orders to buy down here. And what they're looking for is a swift drop and then a swift bounce. If it just goes down and gets stuck here, then probably they would just close the positions for small losses. Because if it's a genuine bull market, if we go down here, then people would be very keen on buying. And do remember that at one point we will have some sort of good news from the US. So this could be potentially a good opportunity to position for that. But again, the way I would manage this would be like, all right, we slide and I would put buy limits orders on here and then let this jump halfway through here and then probably book some profits. I'm not that keen on holding this for a proper sort of bottoming out process for this to go to the upside. So again, three things happening. breakdown, could sell on a collapse, alternatively buy in the next day or two if we break this level for this to go up, alternatively buy down here. What's your thoughts? Leave your comments below.